So now we'll move to the next one, which is contract of pledge. You must have you heard about this word pledge even when you were doing Companies Act charges you have done there, this word must have come for you. Or when you were doing Sale of Goods Act and Foundation, this word must have come for you. What is pledge? See, I want a loan, and for this loan I give some security, because no one is going to give me a loan unless I give a security. So I give this some goods as a security for this loan. This is a pledge. If you remember, when I was teaching you contract of guarantee, I had given you this case where he had given jewelry worth rupees 12 lakh to get a loan of 15 lakh. If you remember, yes. So that is a pledge. Ma'am, that is mortgage, isn't it? Well, the difference between mortgage and pledge is that pledge is for movable goods, whereas mortgage is for immovable goods. Okay. Pledge is for movable goods, whereas mortgage is for immovable goods. In pledge, the possession of the goods remains with the person owner or the person from whom the loan is taken. Let us say I give you my goods as a security, so the goods will pass on to you, or it will stay with me only. It will pass on to you. So the possession of the goods is transferred. Whereas in case of mortgage, if I mortgage this building to you, the building will still be with me, I will only use the building, but the title deeds of this building will pass on to you. Correct? As per when we talk about pledge, pledge is not mandatory that it should be registered, whereas mortgage mandatorily it should be registered. Actually, when you will do charges in Companies Act, there it is very clearly written that it is mandatory to register it. So for a company, be it pledge, be it mortgage, it has to be registered. But when it comes to otherwise individuals, pledge need not be registered, but mortgage has to be registered. The whole concept of pledge is given under the Indian Contract Act, whereas the whole concept of mortgage is given under the Transfer of Property Act. I hope it's clear to everyone. Yes? Ouch. Now I'll start. Yes. So what is a pledge? Pledge is a bailment of goods as a security for the performance of a contract or payment of a debt. Pledge is the bailment of goods as a security for the performance of a contract or the payment of a debt, right? Payment of a debt I understand, performance of a contract I really don't understand. Let us understand both of these. You have been to these pawnbroker shops, you must have seen that you go to them and you ask for a loan, they will say give us some security, they will take some, let's say you take your gold chain, you say take this as a security and give me a loan. So that is a pledge where the security of the goods is given for the payment of a debt, correct? Okay. What is this performance of a contract? A says to B, could you please build me a house? B says okay. But A says, what is the guarantee that you will build the house? B says, yeah, I will, no, but I need some guarantee, no. So B gives a gold bar to A and says that if I fail to do the work, you can keep this gold bar. Okay. I repeat again, A asks B to build a house for him. B says, yes, I will do it. But A says, what is the guarantee that you will do it? B says, I am saying I will do it. No, but there should be a guarantee. So B gives a gold bar to a gold biscuit to A and says, keep it with you. If I fail to do the work, you can retain this. So can I say here the goods have been given to the other person as a security? Yes or no? But for what? For the performance of a contract. Is it clear to everyone? Are you sure about it? Yes. So the person who gives the goods is what? Pawner or pledger, yes or no? And the person to whom the goods are given The person to whom goods are given is the pawnee or pledgee. Correct? Now, bailment, pledge is a bailment. So, can we say pledge is also a type of bailment? Yes or no? Yes, pledge is a type of bailment. Correct or not? Yes. So, tell me, pawner, can we also say he is the bailer? And pawnee, can we also say he is the bailee? Yes. Yes. Did you understand this? Till this, did you understand it? Yes. So, if you want to mark right, do it, and then we will go to the next part. Finished? Now, moving on, tell me, as I told you that the pawner is the bailer. So, can we say he has the same rights and duties as a bailer? Yes. As I told you that a pawnee is the bailee. So, again, can we say he has the same rights as a bailee? Yes. But apart from this, the rights of the bailee, there are certain other rights that a pawnee enjoys. Okay. So, what is this right? The first right is a right of lien. Ma'am, this we have already discussed. Why are you saying again? We've already discussed, right? Yes, we just discussed lien in the previous case, the bailment case. Yes. I repeat again, as I told you, he is the bailer, so the pawner and the bailer has the same rights and duties. He is the bailee, so the pawnee and the bailee has the same rights. But apart from that, there are certain other rights also. So, that is what we are going to discuss. The first right is right of lien. Ma'am, this right was there even for a bailee. Correct. But here it is a slight difference is there. He can exercise lien for the principal amount, for the interest amount, and for the ordinary. Extraordinary expenses he cannot exercise lien, he can sue, but he cannot exercise lien. But otherwise he can exercise lien for the principal amount, interest amount and ordinary expenses amount. Ma'am, that was the same thing, no? No. Now listen carefully. Coming to bailment. You give your cloth to the tailor to stitch it into a shirt. He does that. Now you go to collect the shirt. You don't pay him. Can he exercise a lien over the shirt? Yes. So, when you don't pay the principal amount, can he exercise a lien over the shirt? Yes. You pay him after 20 days. He says, sir, delayed payment, you please pay me the interest for the 20 days. If you don't pay, I will not give you the shirt. Can he do that? No. He maybe can sue you for that interest, but can he keep that shirt? No. The moment you pay the charges to the tailor, please don't try to think it as a law point. Try to think it if in the general scenario this happens. The moment you pay the price of the stitching, can he keep the shirt? No. Sir, from 20 days your shirt is kept in my shop, it is taking away all the place, you have to pay me rent for that. If you don't pay the rent, I will keep the shirt. Can he do that? No. So, when it is a bailment, in bailment I can only exercise lien for the principal amount. But here, I can exercise lien for the principal, interest and ordinary expenses. How? You have taken a diamond necklace as a security and you, because it is a diamond necklace, you kept it in the bank locker. The person pays the principal amount and he says, now give me the necklace back. You say, pay me the interest. Yeah, I will pay you, but give me my necklace back. Can he demand? No. Unless he pays the interest, he cannot demand the necklace back. Yes or no? Yes. The charges for the bank locker, you say pay me that. Yeah, I will pay you, but first give me my necklace. Can he do that? No. For this also you can exercise a lien. So basically what is the difference is that in case of a bailment, the lien can be exercised only for the principal amount. But here it can be exercised for principal amount, interest amount as well as ordinary expenses amount. I hope it's clear to everyone. Please mark it, write it. Is it clear? Yes. Can I move to the next one? Now, if you don't pay him his money, can he also sell off your goods? Yes. But before he sells the goods, he must give a notice to the pawner that see, I am going to sell your goods. If after the notice also he doesn't pay, then he can go and sell the goods. So I repeat again, if the person does not get his money back, he also has a right to sell the goods. But please understand, before he sells the goods, he must give a notice because the goods are not yours. If after giving the notice also he doesn't pay, then you can sell the goods. Let us say the principal amount and the interest amount amounted to 1,10,000. The selling was also done at 1,10,000. Fine, account settled. But let us say the selling was done at 90,000. That means the total amount payable and the selling price, I am so sorry, it should be the selling price is less. This was 1,10,000 and the selling price was only 90,000. What will happen? 20,000 he can recover from whom? From the pawner. Is it clear? So the difference in price he can recover it from the pawner. The sale was made at 1,50,000. You only had to get 1,10,000. What will happen to the extra 40,000? Can you keep it? No, you must return it back. So if the amount is less than the selling price, 40,000 returned to pawner. Please understand, your loan was only 110. You cannot keep anything more. The extra belongs to the owner of the goods. Is it clear to everyone? Yes. If you want to write it down, you can write it down. Finished? Yes. Chalo, we'll go to the next topic. Now, this topic that we are going to discuss now is pledge by a non-owner. Now, before I start this topic, there was this topic in Sale of Goods Act, nemo dat quod non habet. No one can give what he has not got, if you remember. Please understand this, everything that we discuss here is very similar to that topic. I think this is not given in the material if I am correct. In my material it is not given. So after every point I explain, I will give you time, you write it down and then we will move to the next point. the point, the conditions, everything is same as that of Nemo, Dat, Quod, Non-Habet. That was sale, here it is pledge. I hope it's clear to everyone. Yes, can I start this? So first the topic, please write the heading wherever you are writing, pledge by a non-owner. I'll start. The first one is pledge by a mercantile agent. Who's a mercantile agent? Is a middleman. Now this mercantile agent has certain rights. This mercantile agent has certain rights. What are the rights? He can buy the goods, he can sell the goods, he can consign the goods for sale, and he can also pledge the goods. Okay, that is raise money against the security of the goods. Now listen very carefully. M is a mercantile agent, that means he generally does the work of a mercantile agent. O has a car which O gave to M. Okay, so I repeat again, M is generally a mercantile, he does the work of a mercantile agent. O has a car which O gave to M. M goes and pledges the car to B. Is the pledge valid? I am not concerned about O, M, nothing. My question is the pledge valid? Can B retain the goods on pledge? Yes or no? Can B retain the goods as the owner, as the bailee of the goods? Yes or no? Yes. Now listen carefully. But ma'am, he did not give a right to pledge the goods. No, correct. So listen carefully. When a mercantile agent, first condition, acting in the ordinary course of business, it is his general business. Mercantile agent, he is a mercantile agent, that is his general business. He is not doing it for this single transaction. What did I tell you? M is a mercantile agent. Has the possession of the goods, has the possession of the goods with the consent of owner. Does he have the possession of the goods with the consent of owner? Yes, O gave him his car. Last, pledges it to a bona fide person. Pledges it to a bona fide person. Did I tell you that B knows that M is only a mercantile agent? No. Is the pledge valid? Yes. If all these three conditions are fulfilled, the pledge is valid. And is it fulfilled here? Yes. Is it clear to everyone? The pledge is valid. If you write it down, please. It's not there, I guess, in the material. Finished? We'll go to the next point. Yes. So the next point, the second one, pledge by one of the joint owners. So let us understand what do we mean by joint owners. When a property is owned by more than one person, we call it as joint owners. Okay. So M, N and O have jointly purchased a car, but ironically N and O, they don't know how to drive. So they ask M that you keep the car, you use it. Once we learn how to drive, we will also use it. Okay. So M, N and O have jointly purchased a car, but ironically they don't know how to drive. So they ask M that you keep the car, and once we learn how to drive, we will also use the car. Now what happens is M goes and pledges the car to B. As I told you, I am not concerned about M, N and O. My concern is P. Can B retain the goods? Can B retain the goods? Yes or no? Yes. So when one of the joint owners has the possession of the goods with the consent of other joint owners and pledges it to a bona fide purchaser, bona fide person, what will happen? If both the conditions are fulfilled, the pledge is valid. Is it clear to everyone? Yes? So if you want to write it down, you can just write it down. Oh, you should write it down, I'm sorry. I'll just dictate it. When one of the joint owners first condition has the possession of the goods with the consent of other joint owners and second point pledges it to a bona fide person, both the conditions fulfilled, the pledge is valid. Finished? We'll go to the next one. Yes. So, pledge by a person in possession under a voidable contract. There was a question on this in this attempt only, November 19. So, pledge by a person in possession under a voidable contract. I want your attention here now. S sold his goods to B. That means, can I say now B has to pay? Yes or no? Okay. And B pays by a check which B knows would what? Obviously bounce. So, can we say this is fraud? Yes, yes. So, S sold goods to B and B makes the payment by a check which B is very sure is going to bounce. So, this is what? This is fraud. Contract becomes what? Voidable. At whose option? S's option. Now, very important, please understand here it is given in possession under a voidable contract. So, before S cancels, very important, before S, once it is cancelled, it is no longer voidable. Here it is given possession under a voidable contract. That means what? It is still a voidable contract. So, before S cancels, B pledges the goods to P. Is the pledge valid? Yes. When a person has the possession of the goods under a voidable contract and before the contract is cancelled, pledges it to a bona fide purchaser, the pledge is valid. So, where a person, it is pledged by a person, give the heading first, pledged by a person in possession under a voidable contract. Where a person has the possession of the goods under a voidable contract and before the contract is cancelled pledges it to a bona fide person, what will happen? The pledge is valid. If you want to write this example, you may write it. Finished? I'll go to the next part. Yes. Pledge by a person in possession before sale. Now listen carefully. You have done this so many times in foundation. S gave his goods to B on sale on approval. B goes and pledges the goods to C. S gave his goods to B on sale on approval. B goes and pledges the goods to C. Is the pledge valid? Yes. What happens here is that there is a sale. When a person has the possession of the goods and not the ownership, pledges it to a bona fide person, the pledge is valid. When a person has the possession of the goods and not the ownership, pledges it to a bona fide person, the pledge is valid. Is it clear to everyone? Yes. So, pledge by a person in possession before sale. When a person has the possession of the goods but not the ownership, pledges it to a bona fide person the pledge is valid. I hope it's clear to everyone. Done? Finished? Yes, I'll go to the next one, the last one. Pledge by a person in possession after sale. That was before sale, this is after sale. Now I want everyone's attention here. S sold his goods to B, but the goods are not delivered to B, but the goods are in S's possession. So I repeat again, S sold his goods to B, but the goods are still with S. S goes and pledges the goods to P. Is the pledge valid? Yes. After sale, if you still have the goods and you pledge it to a bona fide person, the pledge is valid. So if the seller has sold the goods to another person, but the goods are still in the seller's possession, this pledge is absolutely valid. Is it clear to everyone? Yes. So the last one, pledge by a person in possession after sale. When a person has sold the goods but continues to be in possession of them, and pledges them to a bona fide person, the pledge is valid. Pledges them to a bona fide person, the pledge is valid. I hope it's clear to everyone. If you want to write the example, just write it down. Finished? Yes. Now I want you to stop the video here, and before I discuss it with you, I want you to write down the difference between bailment and pledge, whatever comes to your mind, and only then we will discuss it. I want you to stop the video here. First try to recall whatever differences comes to your mind about bailment and pledge, and then we will discuss this topic. So did you find the differences? Yes. So tell me, what is the difference? Can we say bailment can be for any purpose? Yes or no? For some service, for delivery of goods, for just keeping possession as a security, anything. But pledge is always for a specific purpose. What? It is always given as a security. Then bailment may be gratuitous or non-gratuitous. But can pledge ever be gratuitous? No, it is always what? Non-gratuitous. Then tell me, can you say to your friend, hey, I am lending you my book but don't use it? How is it possible? So, can we say the bailee can use the goods? Yes. But if you give your gold chain as a security for a loan, the person gives that chain to his wife and says you wear it. Can you do that? No. So, bailee can use the goods but the pawnee can never use the goods. Now, can you exercise a lien in bailment? Yes. So, in bailment can you exercise a lien? Yes, but it is only for what? Okay, it is stuck. It is only for the service or the principal amount. But here, can you exercise lien? Yes, but it is for the principal, interest as well as expenses. Correct? In bailment, the lien is only for the service charges that you have paid or for the principal. But in pledge, the lien can be for principal, interest as well as expenses. Can the bailee sell the goods? No. The bailee cannot sell the goods except in case of finder of the goods, where that to specific conditions. But can the pawnee sell the goods? Yes. If he does not get the money that he has given, he can even sell the goods. So, with this we have completed pledge. Write down the differences, if any of it you are writing it down, if you have missed any of it, and then we will go to the next topic. Chalo, I hope it's clear. Done. With this we have completed pledge. Now we'll move on to the topic agency. That's a little long topic. So in the next video we'll find. Before you go to that, please revise whatever we have done in pledge. Thank you.